Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the summary for day 48 of the Russo-Ukrainian War, um, 12 April 2022, and the experiment is still on. Please help me to press the like button, and so far, like pressing the like button seems to help to spread this video to a lot of new users, a lot of new viewers. So this actually helps a lot to help to grow this channel. So please press the like button, and let's move on to this very happening day for in Ukraine. So let's start off as usual with missile strikes. So Russia strikes the air base of Starokonstantinov, and so they have destroyed a munition depot and a secured hangar. Is this correct? Let me check. Oh, sorry, there is a sorry. This fake news. This yesterday's news. Sorry, wrong news. So this one. Russia strike Belgorod air base. In this strike, they destroyed two Hind Mi-24 and two Mi-8. So these are very precious helicopters. But somehow the Ukrainians seem to have a lot of them. And I believe these are the ones that are used on infiltrations into Russian territory. So there's also missile strike. Hey, let me see. Did I forgot to delete? Yeah, I think I forgot to delete some of this. Some of this. Anyway, that is a Kinzhal. Did I not? Okay, wait. I'm so confused now. Whoops. Anyway, okay, forget it. This is a Kinzhal strike on a buried, well protected command post of the Ukrainian. I don't remember me reporting this yesterday. So yeah, so it's actually around here. I'm not sure where it is. So it actually they used the Kinzhal on the secured buried command post. So sorry for the confusion because I do remember I reported this yesterday. So anyway, then there is a sabotage near in Belgorod oblast. This is Belgorod city. So I geolocated the strike to be on this bridge here. This is a railway bridge, and it's just west of this town of Titovka, and the city of Shebekino. Shebekino. Yeah, so it's this one. So this railway track actually leads straight into Ukraine. So I think this is why there's this sabotage here. It's unknown how they actually strike it, and not sure if it's actually Ukrainian sympathizers, or is it commando units, or is it Ukrainian soldiers. So there is a possibility where they actually flew in the helicopters and then they land the troops nearby, because since they already have the ability to actually fly into the city to strike at the oil depot, so of course it is possible to actually strike at the bridge. And okay, yeah, so I can confirm that I actually forgot to delete all this previous news, which is why it looks a bit confusing for myself. So there's no new news regarding a Kharkiv front, and there's no progress at the Izium front. There's no news from the Luhansk front, no news at Donetsk front. So, and there's also no news regarding Mykolaiv front. So there's actually no news regarding on all the fronts except in Mariupol. So this episode is actually largely all about Mariupol. So if you have, so some of you commented to tell me to watch the Patrick Lancaster 12th of April video, which is this one.
Patrick Lancaster and
So basically the battle raging on the Azovstal in Mariupol. So this is the one that I have watched, and so you guys told me to watch, and this episode is very unique because, okay, let me do this. So so this episode is rather unique because he actually went very close to the front line, and this is totally not the kind of like a safe place for a journalist to be. So he was like maybe 400 500 just 400 500 meters away from the the actual front line. So he actually talked to civilians, and so I actually managed to geolocate where he was. So he did this interview with the residents at the 61 of this street. So the street name is actually different because the Ukrainians changed so many of the names of the streets, so you may find it hard to find. But I managed to, because I got another different map of Mariupol, which I reference for location. So in the video, they actually mentioned this school 37, which is actually around 400 meters away or 300 meters away from the location. So in the video, it was mentioned that so firstly, this is a 12 April video. So the shooting date might actually be 11th or even 10th. So this is actually a backdated news. So but it helps me to actually stretch the Ukrainian lines from here all the way to here, because they mentioned that the Ukrainian soldiers tell them to tell the civilians there's only around 10 civilians still staying around here, and the Ukrainian soldiers tell them to actually evacuate to the school. However, the school was bombarded that very night by the Russian forces. So there are some civilians actually went to the school, and probably they'll be dead by now. Not sure what is the situation, but they were told to actually evacuate to the school. They refused to. They stayed at home, and they are perfectly safe. But the school was totally destroyed, and the so that might be actually 11th of April or something. So not so sure, but that helps us to geolocate that actually this location here is actually Ukrainian control. He's able to travel until here, so this is clearly Russian held. And of course, we're not sure about this area, but technically speaking, I putting it as under Russian. And they also within the video they mentioned that the train station is actually Ukrainian controlled. So this is the train station, train station of Mariupol. So which means that the Ukrainian forces have lost the entire port area, and they are now getting pushed towards this area, and they are trying to hold this area. They are inside his video when he was here. We can actually hear some fighting, some shooting around. So this is what happened. And then later in the video, he actually walked down this street, and then he was interviewing another old guy. I think maybe the last two videos, last two interviews, where he actually, so I geolocated the location. Oops, did I move the map? Yeah. I geolocate the position, should be around here. So God, let me scroll. So he was trying to look at the Azovstal plant, and so he was trying to get into high ground, and along the way he actually was here, because I'm able to geolocate some of the buildings, and at the very end of the video, he was actually he's actually here. This is actually a hill, and there's a railway track right in front of him. We are able to see this bunker like thing, and this building, and opposite side is actually the Azovstal, where we can clearly see some smoke and hear a lot of fighting around here. And from here, the distance is only like 1 kilometers away from the Azovstal area. So for those that are Patrick Lancaster fans, this is actually some interesting information for you, but it's helpful for me to actually plot out the location of the Ukrainian positions. Okay, moving on. About the chemical attack yesterday. So it's interesting to note that no one actually died from the chemical attack, which actually shows how terrible Russian chemical weapons are. So I think they should just quit it and forget about using chemical weapons. And the DPR militia is said to be using rocket infantry flamethrowers to clear the Azovstal plant. And then they are planning to destroy the Azov positions point by point. So basically, they have decided to actually move in and clear the entire Azovstal position area underground, room by room, corridor by corridor. So if you're not sure what is rocket infantry flamethrowers, which I actually also don't know, I actually went to find out, and this video should actually helps to show what it looks like. So it's actually something like a bazooka thing. So it actually fires and then it actually explodes into a lot of flames. So 10 seconds long increase of temperature. So sorry, how much temperature is that? To 1000 Celsius. Okay, so that is crazy. So it actually will basically destroy basically everyone inside the room should they actually fire at it. And it was this, and then the leader of the DPR claims that there's up to 3,000 Ukrainian defenders are still left within the Azovstal plant. So this is still a long way to go. And I also want to show you another video, and which is actually the Chechen forces, from the Chechen forces. So they are actually, this is underground inside Azovstal. You can see this is totally underground, and the air conditions looks terrible, and it's very industrial. And what happened is that in the video that you can actually see them use the bazooka or maybe a grenade. So you can see again, they fire, boom, and then just hit the room all the way at the end. So after that, then they went into the room, and you can see that everything is just charred and burnt out. Everything is just black, and everything is burnt. You can see everything is burnt, and this is how they are clearing room by room. Anyone that is in the room not burnt, they will actually be concussed. And this is how they seems to be planning to do this clearing of Azovstal. They are still going to send troops in, and they're going to just take it room by room, room by room. So I think this might take some time, unless there's a mass surrender. So talking about mass surrender, yesterday in the summary we reported about the breakout attempt. So yesterday's numbers was 150. So apparently, according to the POW that was captured, his name is called Vitya. So he mentioned that actually the entire brigade, the whole brigade of more than 1,500 people actually participated in this counter offensive to break out of Illyich. So he mentioned that many of them actually wanted to surrender, but after 2 Marines tried to do it, they were caught by their own people and then they were disappeared. So according to the analyst, he said that if the attempt was really more than 1,000 people, then 500 people might have been killed. So with this information, we also have by another source, he said that there is 1,500. So in that operation of the breakout, there's 1,500 troops, the neo-Nazis, and so 800 was actually sent as a vanguard, whereas the rest will actually follow behind. So the rest will probably make up another 700, around 700 plus. So half of them used as a vanguard, and then they tried to do the breakthrough. So this entire convoy, yesterday's counteroffensive, consists of 120 units of equipment, so including vehicles, and then at the front there's a tank and 2 self-propelled gun of Govzidka, and then of course then they have 10 units of infantry. I'm not sure 10 units means 10 soldiers or 10 squads, which probably make 100 soldiers. So they also have some other, I'm not sure what is this, and then they have armored car. I think this is an infantry fighting vehicle of sort, or I'm not so sure, and of course trucks. So they are actually very well armed. This is infantry, mechanized infantry brigade, obviously. So as a result, one of this counteroffensive, because they failed, more than 100 of them actually surrendered, which includes the deputy commander of the 36th Marine Brigade, which is this entire brigade. So the deputy commander actually was caught. So maybe he was commanding from the front and he's in the vanguard. And then because they failed to break through, more than half of them retreated back into the plant. And so up to 10 groups of 3 or 4 people were scattered and tried to escape into the environment. And as a result, there's a massive operation now trying to find them and try to eliminate them. So that's why then. So they use this as a example of hence the data of a smaller breakthrough. Talking about the wandering group, so the special forces and fighters at security posts are trying to catch them, and there's also enhanced check on cars on the Volnovakha Mariupol highway, which is this one. So this offensive failed, and most of them actually retreated back. And so out of these people that is retreating, how do I actually get out of sorry, that's a bit hard to control because of this, because everywhere I click I will actually drag this. So 1,300 actually, as a result of this field operations, remain in Illyich. So among the 1,300, 300 is actually wounded, 90 is totally immobile, so they are invalid. And there are still at least around 800 are still so-called fighting ready. And then there is this news that appeared after that 2 battalions, probably talking about all the remaining troops, allegedly surrendered. Among them, 200 is actually wounded. So this is just a chatter, which we were not, which isn't clear, how true is it. Then after that, the Russian Defense Ministry actually came out with an official statement that actually in Illyich still work, which is basically the Illyich plant, 1,026. So this is very specific. 1,026 Ukrainian servicemen of the 36th Marine Brigade. Basically, it is the same people. The 36. Where is it? Where is the boss? Oh my god. I lost track of the numbers. Am I blind? Forget it. Okay, anyway, it's the 36th Marine Brigade that have surrendered. And this is actually as a result of a successful offensive by Russian armed forces and Donetsk militia. So among the surrendered 162 are officers. There are 47 service women, and 151 are wounded, are now receiving primary medical care immediately on the spot. Then after that, they were actually brought to Mariupol. So if we are to believe all these numbers, then 300 of them was supposedly injured. 151 of them is actually very seriously injured that were actually needed to be sent to the hospital for further treatment immediately. So this is interesting because this is a result of offensive. So which means that after this attempted breakout, and then they actually retreated back into the plant, the Russian forces immediately Russian and DPR forces immediately launched a counter-offensive to actually chase them into the plant. And as a result, they just gave up and have a mass surrender. So looks like they are traumatized by this failure to counter-offense, because you are talking about a huge number of forces. 1,500 is a lot of troops, and they are not alone. They have vehicles and tanks, and to be totally wiped out, their entire offensive getting wiped out, and immediately offensive by counter-attack by the Russian side, they just broke, and then they just surrendered en masse. So 1,000 troops, I believe this is the entire force that is actually embedded and entrenched within the Illyich plant. So with further information from the Russian side that they actually clear out the entire plant, we will actually remove this entire blue area. this entire area here is rather unknown, whether there are Ukrainian forces. Similarly, whether if there is still Ukrainian forces in this residential area is not so clear. Some maps actually put only this area, and this area. So I'm being conservative. I'm going to leave it here first, as well as this area, and we will wait for confirmation from the Russian side that they actually clear out the entire plant. I think this clearing out of the plant would actually take a few days. I believe they might actually employ help from the Ukrainian soldiers to help to guide them along this entire plant, and maybe they have to help to remove a lot of those booby traps and mines and bombs that they have planted. So I don't think they will be able to go straight into the POW camp immediately. So this is the this is the update for the Mariupol, as well as the entire summary for the day of 48. So sorry just now for the confusion because of the yesterday's data I did not clear completely, so that got me a bit confused. But otherwise, if the summary is actually there's a airstrike here, there's a sabotage here, there is this Kinzhal, which is actually from the yesterday, as well as the Mariupol mass surrender. So this is basically the update. Thank you for watching. Check out the links in the description below. There's a Telegram group. You can see some of the sources that I used from the Telegram, not everything, because I don't send the Twitter sources there. And also, if you like to discuss and chat with like-minded people from the DPA community, do join the Discord channel. And if you like to give me your hard-earned money, so that it can become my hard-earned money, do check out the Patreon and become a patron of the Defense Politics Asia. And I plan to do the open mic thing, but I haven't done anything yet because I was a bit busy. But it will be done soon. And hopefully new content outside of Ukraine war will be coming soon as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next update.